Well, hello YouTube. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to what's left of the day. Well, it's supposed to be a warmer day. I guess you can call her a good day. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, it's been like 8 days or so since I vlogged. Pretty much after the big road trip. I think I might have did 1 or 2 vlogs or so. And then I pretty much shut her down. Hibernated for, well, best part of 8 days. Didn't really go too far during that time, but I guess, well, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta shut her on down and well, recoup to get back, you know, where you need to be. I know the road trip, the doctor's visit, you know, sleeping that night in that motel room, things like that all seem to combine all together to form the perfect storm of everything that basically shut me down, right? I know I spent months there before, and I know you do get used to sleeping in that motel and everything's fine, but you know, the first couple of nights or so are the hardest, and you get strange noises and stuff like that you get used to, but it is what it is, right? Plus, with the weather being up and down like it was, we had a few days there where it was like +3. That's +3 Celsius, so it was getting down pretty cold and some unsettled storm type weather, but nothing really materialized from it. Well, of course, I've been PVRing shows and such to watch, and one of the shows I PVR'd was THX 1138. Basically, it was George Lucas's first movie as a director. Early 70s or so. It was kind of an interesting movie. I've had to watch it in 2 or 3 parts because it took a bit to get into it, a bit to understand it, but essentially it's like a weird wasteland kind of futuristic type of movie where mankind is took to living underground, whether it was like underground cities or mine shafts that's been expanded or what, and they seem to be policed by robots that basically tell them what to do, and there's a big central control room that monitors everybody, and if you're a free thinker, that's strongly discouraged. And basically intimate human contact, well, that's pretty much a no-no as well, and it's a lot of white settings and backgrounds and stuff, so it really throws things off for a first bit, and then toward the end of the movie it actually got really interesting, and at the end, of course, I'm not sure how he would ever survive, but I imagine there would be ruins that he could explore or maybe take shelter in, but at the same time, if they went underground, you'd think there was a reason why they abandoned the surface in the first place. Well, don't really have anything big planned for the day. I'm kind of waiting for the end of the month. I got to go and do a few things, but that's pretty much all on hold until the end of the month. I did check, and I do need white paint, so I gotta go down and pick that up, but again, waiting for the end of the month for that one. And I need to go down and a couple other banking issues. Isn't it funny how something you thought you dealt with over a year ago apparently wasn't dealt with completely? And through, I guess, their incompetence. They failed to contact me, whether it was by letter or by phone, or even by simply making my bank card not work, which I know they can do that, and making me come to the teller and say, hey, there's a message on your account. They just let it be, right? And basically for the last year, it's been an issue. But what I can't figure out is there's been no letters or no phone calls until well, just before I went to the city, and I got a letter, the first one in like a year. You know, they know where I live. It's not like, I live in a motorhome or back of a truck where I can pull up stakes at a moment's notice and I'll basically disappear, right? All they had to do is come knock on the door and say, hey, did you know that there still is this that has to be dealt with, and what's going on? The funny part is with banks, you keep putting money in their accounts every month, and it keeps disappearing and there's no trace where it goes. All you know is that you have to have money in that account at that time or else there'll be trouble, and they just keep taking it out. And that's basically what happened there. And now I gotta go down and square things up, essentially give them more money, and then they'll be happy, and then hopefully it all shakes out in the end. Because, the alternative to all this is, a huge step backwards. But if the bank chooses to be that way, then hey, we're going to be in for, an interesting ride. And believe me, it's not going to be a smooth one. But pretty much, guys, that's the way it is. It seems that the banks keep getting richer, and the poor keep getting poorer. And those that are struggling, they just struggle harder and harder till eventually they're forced to give it all up. And, in hindsight, if I would have packed her all in 2 years ago, I would have been further ahead than, what I am right now. But at the same time, you dig your heels in, try to make do with what you got, try to keep things going. And, sometimes it comes back to bite you. Sometimes giving up is the best option. So, of course, gotta wait for the end of the month to go settle that. Tried phoning their stupid number they give you, but it's some call center somewhere that sounds like it's run out of someone's living room with, one or two other people, and person on the other end of the line was a complete blockhead. Couldn't get no answers from nowhere, no nothing from nothing, and where does the money go out of my account if they claim that they do what they say they do? And if that's the case, then there should be a year's worth of money in there, and obviously there isn't. So obviously they can take money out of my account, and obviously they have been taking money out of my account, and it's technically their account and their bank, because a year ago they pulled the same thing, and I didn't make a fuss about it. I just went and transferred everything over to their bank, and then because it was supposed to make things easier, apparently they still can't take money out of an account that even is in their own bank. So it's like, man, I wish I had your job, you know what I mean? At times where jobs are at a minimum, you got people doing jobs and they're doing a half a job at it, and it's like, I'll do your job for half what you're getting paid. I hope you realize that, right? But pretty much, guys, thought I would do a little bit of a vlog here today, just kind of saying what's the what. Kind of the first day in, like I said, a while that I've actually felt semi like a valuable member of society. Most other times I'm squirred up in my office wearing tissue boxes for shoes, and staring out the window like some crazed a homeless person, right? But pretty much, guys, it is what it is. Round and round we roll. So gonna go back inside, see what's the what, and we'll probably catch you later this evening. Hopefully the wind's not messing over the audio too much, but it is what it is when you film outdoors, unless you want to film in the garage all the time. Well, pretty much trying to edit up the monster truck footage that I got during the colonial days a couple months ago now. But it's an uphill struggle. The footage itself is shot, okay, of course, kind of. But the runs on the trucks are very, very short. And the trucks themselves, I don't know, I was very, very disappointed in the outcome. Had I known, I probably wouldn't have went, but I thought maybe, things would be a little better, a little different, but I guess it is what it is. There's a couple of good runs there, and I know I got some good photos and some good footage. It's just a matter of getting things sorted on out, then everything should be good. Of course, I got to overlay some effects here and there to try to omit their wonderful crappy music that they were blaring. I have no idea why they got to do that, because really it didn't add any effect to the show other than give people headaches that were sitting within 50 feet of their speaker tower, right? Now, of course, some of the trucks were Canadian trucks, local people within a couple hours away, and then there was a couple in the States. I think there was only 4 or 5 in total, really, but I suppose for the size of the town, the size of the venue, things like that, I guess it was a really good show. It's not no Monster Jam, by the way, with, Gravedigger, Maximum Destruction, those guys, but I believe they were steel body or older generation fiberglass bodies on, older generation frames, but the show was okay. There was a few points, like I said, that were entertaining, but someday I'd like to go to a Monster Jam show. I'd probably end up in Edmonton, but I don't know how much footage I'll be able to get there, because chances are, there'll be some televised event, or it'll be banned for photography or video photography, so probably won't be able to get much out of there. Whatever it would have been there, March of 2011, when I was released from the program. I think I left Edmonton on the 5th, was my last day. Well, Monster Trucks came to town on the 6th, which was a Friday, I believe, and Saturday. Had I stayed there for one more day, I might have even tried to attend the show, and that would have been pretty sweet. They do come to Edmonton, once a year, so the chances are great that I will get back in there. Next time they come, they might even be in the new Rogers Place arena that they are just finishing building up there, instead of the older Rexall Center. Depends on what the future plans are for that building. Sounds like they're wishy-washying back and forth on whether they want to spend money on it or knock it down or what, so it's kind of the way it goes, right? So of course, going to give a couple more attempts at that footage throughout the next couple of days. If I can get it edited up before in the next couple of days, then maybe I'll put it up before the Demo Derby footage. If not, then it'll go up after the Demo Derby footage, and I'll just bump the Demo Derby footage ahead for, a few more weeks, right? So of course, I'm considering going out, firing up the old Silverado, going out for a drive just to get out of the house. You know how you get into a rut where you don't really wander too far, more than, a block or so from your house, and some days you don't even leave. And that's not a good thing to get yourself into, especially for me anyway, and especially in, the winter time, or, fall of the year. Because basically, I can easily hibernate the winter away. But pretty much, guys, of course, gonna probably go back inside, give another shot at the editing, probably then head her on out, maybe grab some supper. We'll see how the evening goes, and we'll catch you all then. It was a okay day. Woke up kind of foggy, fuzzy, not really feeling like facing the world. Got out, did a few things. Tried editing up the monster truck footage, and I got the rough draft done on one of the copies, or one of the videos, but I got to go back through and do, well, the overlay for the effects, as well as the titles, transitions, intros and outros. Like I mentioned earlier, it wasn't an easy thing to shoot and an even harder thing to edit. I don't like using footage like that, but at the same time I paid to go see the show, and I want to recover some of my money wasted on the gate admission. You know, if I would have been going there already for the bingo or for the showcase stuff, or, you know, the rides or something, and this was just something to, you know, eat some cheap food before I went, then hey, great. But I deliberately paid gate admission on that day to go see that, and like I said, it was okay for the size of venue. I'd imagine, you know, there's probably regulations on rules on what they can do and how fast they can go versus distance of the arena and stopping and all that, but it was a little bit disappointing. Well, tomorrow, of course, got to make me a run out, do some banking, pay the normal bills, maybe pick up some groceries, and around and round we roll. Looks like we might be getting a storm in. I guess it'll be what it is. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.